Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
I guess we never established like who should just like start things. Hi everyone,
You're
welcome
the
back.
professional host.
Okay,
Yeah,
we got it.
What am I doing
The rest
this?
of us are garbage at
We're all
it,
just
you know?
chilling in the
You're
BTS
good, Dakota.
basement, watching Dota, chilling, enjoying Dota. Welcome back everybody. We're hopping into game numero dos of Team Freedom versus Complexity. That is the very first playoff match of the North American qualifiers. We had to break through a couple of tiebreakers to get to this point. Condolences to Team Wheel. They made their final exit earlier today, and now we're down to the final four. And of course, shout outs to Team NP. They were the team to finish at the top, so they get their guaranteed invite. We will be blessed by Sama at Seattle once again.
Weebs, yay.
Weebs have done it. And here we go. Thank you, production. They get to throw up the bracket onto the screen so you can see what is in store for us today. We have 3 best-of-3s to make it through today, and then 2 best-of-3s and a best-of-5 grand final tomorrow to find out who is going to be other team going to Seattle.
Who will win the knife round?
The upper bracket. The upper bracket's today, right?
Yes. Yes. According to production, yes.
So you have to go through that crappy 3 matches in a row if you lose today. If you want to secure your
that's
slot
the
to
gauntlet,
TI.
man.
I mean, yeah, if there's
That's the
one
gauntlet.
time a year you're going to have to go through a gauntlet of a qualifier, I guess it better be the biggest esports tournament of the year. So it sucks for a lot of these teams who are playing.
so
Losers
bad if you have
can't
to play so
complain.
much and qualify for the international. Yeah, it's such a bad feeling.
Over there.
Here, Cap, I made you a tampon.
Sarcastic Sally over there, as you can see.
Just stick it in your nose.
There's like booger napkins and notes being
Thank
handed
you.
around all over the place. Bloody booger napkins
Dude,
being
my hole
handed
isn't
around
that big.
all over the place.
Try
Not
the
that
other
big, dude.
hole.
No, it's not gonna fit. Oh, the other hole.
The other nostril. you
That
mean.
one's
I don't want to do
gaping.
that on camera.
So, coming into game number 2, I mean, you don't want to throw it all in the draft. I know Lacoste would love to throw this all on the Bane and the lack of synergy between the supports and stuff. It's obvious that coL will probably need to revitalize that draft and their game plan.
Don't you agree?
I would agree. We would all agree. That was the point we kind of made when we threw things out.
Thank you.
Did we say anything about Freedom, though? What should they do? Is it you got a good thing going, keep with it? This is the first time we'll see them in a best-of-3 situation now for this event.
I think I would like to see them draft, maybe punish their offlaner a little more, give Snaking a better matchup, because I think if things didn't work out so great, there was that one window where things looked really bleak for them. Just because Swindles had that fast blink, Snaking was doing absolutely nothing on the map, like because he couldn't, in all fairness. And there was like so much pressure on Flea on the Sand King to do things, and you know he's a god and he did them, but can you rely on that every single time?
Yeah. A good formula for the other team is definitely punishing Snaking, so I'm curious if that's something that coL will continue to infuse in their lineup.
I
A
don't
way
know.
to make sure that Snaking
What the
just
hell are
gets
you
it.
guys doing?
The draft is
we're
on
into
and
the
I want to
draft.
finish eating.
Is the draft up?
Yeah.
Well, get it up on that screen.
Oh,
Okay.
no. No, I can't
Guess
eat.
what? We can have a draft
No.
and we can watch Capitalist eat his
Damn it.
burger. And guess what? He eats like a weirdo.
I'm not
He
gonna
shoves it
eat
in
on
his mouth.
stream.
He sticks it all over his face. It's crazy. Now we get to watch it. No.
Yeah. All right. So the first ban production says is Shadow Shaman. It won't show up for some reason.
Shadow
but
Shaman.
Now you know. That is our Rasta.
That is
And
one
he's
black
lying, it's a
shadow
Riki.
shaman.
That's why you can't see it.
Hey, good choke, invisible
Nah.
hero.
Nah.
Go back to your food, idiot.
Okay.
Anyways, coL picks up the Sand King. We saw how much work it did in the last game. I think Z Freak's like, all right, just pick me a hero that can do shit, guys. And on the opposite end, Freedom goes with the Earthshaker, and they pick up the IO.
Well, this is you mentioned that they need to play more around Snaking with Earthshaker. He can get the lane back, and it's guaranteed farm for Earthshaker, so I think they're good with this pick. This is why I love Dota, actually, because from time to time you see a rise of a team like Team Freedom. They come out of nowhere and they mess with other people's plans.
That's why you like Dota?
Yeah.
Because like
messing
underdogs.
with other
Yeah.
people's plans.
They haven't picked Wiz this whole entire time, have they?
I think they might have picked it once, actually.
Stan King's their
yeah,
West player,
yeah,
I
they
assume.
did
Oh,
pick it
yeah,
once.
that's right. It was the Clinks draft.
Yeah.
No, they did it more than once, actually. They did it with the Bristleback, too.
Okay. Well, I mean, Wisp is, like, I mentioned this on the other draft, but he's a hero that enables so many different lanes. He allows you to do, like, he's like a 5-position hero, but it's not like a static 5-position hero like you see from Disruptors or, you know, Banes or Crystal Maidens or whatever. He's like very dynamic, enables your lanes a lot.
Makes your opponent play a lot differently because once that mid-game period hits, you have to start considering like those relocates and that global factor. Makes you change the way you approach the game for sure, especially whenever he's off the map.
We have a Darkseer pickup for complexity, very self-sufficient offlaner. But I don't favor it that much anymore, just because I feel like when you see it, especially this early, you can just like you're seeing the trend of more self-sufficient safe laners, heroes that like can do well enough on their own. Darkseer, it's hard to pressure those heroes. You know, you just trade farm or whatever. Sometimes the Darkseer doesn't even get that farm because he gets denied or he gets zoned out of lane. So I don't like it that much. How do you feel, Lacoste? I see a look on your face.
Yeah, I mean, still, it's a Darkseer. No matter how hard you nerf him, it's still gonna be a Darkseer. You can just change the whole fight with one combo. But his laning stage is not as strong as it was before because of the shrine changes. Before he could just pretty much almost suicide to get that level 2, just go back to shrine and go back to the lane. Now it's a different thing. He needs to be more careful. Also, people tend to pick those strong early supports for the lane, so he's gonna have a rough time. Especially against hero like Io, that hero doesn't do anything to Darkseer. If it's gonna be Earthshaker off lane, then they need to pick strong laners to deal with the Darkseer.
I think it's interesting the way that Complexity are looking at this draft. They adjusted their drafting style from the first time they played around against Team Freedom. They're putting a lot more focus on shutting out Flea and his heroes, right? So they ban away Nightstalker, Clockwork. Nightstalker was one of the heroes that was actually sort of upgraded to a 1-2 by Complexity, and then they first picked the Sand King. Team Freedom with the Wisp Earthshaker, though, I really like the way that they'll be able to enable snaking, and I feel like that's the trademark for Swindles' offlane right now. The last time we saw Swindles offlane, it was pretty limited in hero pool, and I think it's similar this time around. Swindles pretty much only plays heroes that will get guaranteed farm.
Right.
So there's not too many of those heroes really out there. Earthshaker, Darkseer, Enigma, like that's about it. And the offlaners that kind of like guarantee will do something in their laning phase.
Do you think Freedom will just pick Queen of Pain straight away? Before you could, you had to save the last pick for the mid. It was kind of a mind games, but right now I think Queen of Pain does so much that you can actually just pick it. Lina is out. I'm not sure why Complexity bans Storm.
It's a CC&C hero.
They might like Puck.
Yeah.
Just because Puck's a really good holding hero against Darkseer and Sand King, and it sets up Wisp.
It also beats
Relocates.
Beats Queen of Pain in lane now.
Beats Queen of Pain, but then they would have to deal with potential Templar Assassin counter picks. So maybe don't open with
Storm beats
Puck
Queen
yet.
of Pain.
Huh?
What?
No, he said Queen of Pain versus Puck.
I said Puck beats Queen of Pain.
Well, depends. I mean, he's stronger, but depends on the rotations of the position 4 heroes.
Do not want to show their mid lane hand yet. They'll just go for the most traditional core in Dota, probably, is Jug.
It still could be a mid-jug. We saw CC&C play it in one of
That's
their
true.
early matches.
Yeah.
If they pull out something that Jug just works out beautifully with, I guess, yeah.
I think that's the thing, right? Is that they want to be able to have that versatility.
Yeah.
They want to make sure that CC isn't in a losing matchup. So it is kind of a shift, right? Most other teams would have picked up their safe mid laner situation by now.
Right, and Jug works, does fine against Darkseer. So, coL needs their...
They could
needs
just
to
get
pick
their 5 or something if they wanted, I guess. They want to reveal too much.
I like the Ursa. Is a safe laner here. He matches up well against both Juggernaut and Earthshaker. He's a great anti-Wisp hero. Oh, the Ember Spirit. Ember Spiritus. Now we can actually go
Oh,
for...
you're ahead.
Huh?
He's a couple seconds ahead of us.
I guess you're a couple seconds
Yeah,
ahead.
still think they're gonna go Queen of Pain. Good. Well, once she gets the Orchid, it's a lockdown for Ember Spirit. They don't have any lockdown until Earthshaker gets a Blink Dagger, so they need to have something, some kind of a silence control.
TA would definitely be risky. I think that's the other mid you would look at. TA is a lot riskier.
Yeah,
right?
I don't think you want
Because
to
it's
play
versus Ember
TA
and Ion
against
Shell.
Ember and Ion Shell. Yeah. Well, Complexity lineup looks strong during the mid game. Ion Shelled Ember Spirit with a Sanking. That's a lot of damage burst.
You like the Quap here more than the Puck?
Mm,
And his
Well,
OD
Puck is also good.
no,
Yeah,
I like the Puck. I like Puck more just because, like, your Earthshaker, your oh, excuse,
Charlie's dying.
yeah,
Yay!
your Earthshaker scales, and you have a Juggernaut already, and it's not like Puck is a bad late game hero by any means, and it offers you a little more control. They get the Nyx pickup for Flea, super good against Darkseer and the Ember.
Oh, all three of those heroes.
Yeah,
Nyx Assassin actually has a free Spike Carapace set up against every single one of them.
Yeah, this is such a good pick. Nyx Assassin against Ember Spirit. That's pretty much every time you counter pick it.
Which could mean we can have
Yeah, because
an
they have
Evoker now.
yeah, because they have pretty much all these three heroes: Sanking, Darkseer, Ember Spirit. They have uncontrollable damage.
Mm-hmm.
we still could see
Nice.
Juggernaut mid.
Yeah.
Still could see Juggernaut.
Yeah, versus
mid.
the Ember Spirit for
Yeah,
sure.
that's also
Yeah,
a fine
Jug.
matchup.
Wow, talking
said
about
Invoker,
stolen
OD.
strats, huh? Cling, Sanking, we just take away your heroes.
Clinks is interesting. It's really good against the IO.
And Jug, yeah.
Yeah, and the Jug.
Yeah,
Well,
just
other than that,
I don't
you
know,
know-
trend setting, I guess.
It's Earthshaker's gonna have a much better time, or Snaking's gonna have a much better time this game than he did last. Though Clinks doesn't really do anything to pressure the pullback from the Earth Spirit
They banned the
or the
Silencer instead
Earthshaker.
of,
Sorry.
instead of the Disruptor.
Yeah, we see a lot of
Kinda
Sanking
surprising.
and AA openings, especially in Chinese scene. I don't find it to do that strong, but this game it might be because there's a lot of heal from IO and Healing Ward, and they work well together, Sanking and AA.
Oh.
Yeah, I like that.
That's true.
I was thinking Disruptor just because the...
Or Raptor, yeah.
Yeah, and send back and all that's good too.
But it might be an Ancient Apparition game. There's not too many times you say that.
Complexity takes out the Outworld Devourer. That might have been pretty good against
Yeah,
Cole.
I still like
super
the.
good against Ember.
I think Cat mentioned Invoker briefly, and then there's the Puck that was still talked about a bit.
Yeah, if it's not Jug mid, then I think it's a different scaling mid hero for CCNC.
All right, that should be the Demon Rubik.
Oh boy.
Some good spells to steal this game. Fissure.
Omni Slash.
Anything from
Ward.
Jug.
Yeah. Almost.
Tether.
anything from Nyx. Almost.
Yay!
Hey,
If you're
who
really good,
knows?
steal the relocate afterwards.
We could see a sick tether play from the Rubik.
If anyone can do it, I'm sure Demon could. All right, final pickup here for Freedom. Will the Jug be mid, or will CCNC get himself something different? A Bristleback comes out.
Oh, Earthshaker mid versus Ember Spirit.
Oh,
None of us saw that coming,
yeah,
but
yeah, we
if
totally
it was
forgot
a
about
different team, we would have probably expected it,
Oh.
right?
Yeah, because I don't think we've ever really seen
CCNC mid Earthshaker, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Are you
I
sure
like
not
it.
Bristle Wisp mid lane? I know that was another option.
Well, aren't you ahead? Can you see?
Yeah, Snake King has picked up the
yeah,
Bristleback.
He knows
with the
because he
Wisp.
can see
Oh,
see
okay.
the players.
Oh yeah, dang, that's great. Yeah, I've never seen CCNC play mid Earthshaker. That's
He's not that good, he's just cheating.
Yep.
no, that's cool. All right, wow.
No, I like Freedom's draft so much better right now.
I think they absolutely
It's just
won.
like mid Earthshaker destroys the Ember, and then you have IO Bristleback, you have Juggernaut, which does fine against the Darkseer, like and then you have like Flea able to run around and do whatever he wants. This is
Dude, Complexity feel real bad right
oh,
now.
they
They're
feel
like,
so bad
because they were thinking the same lines as us. They were like, all right, we banned the OD here, right?
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden,
Wild Bristol, Wild Pig appears.
I mean, and it cannot be that hard to play. Like, I don't imagine CC needs that much experience to play mid Earthshaker against
no,
Ember.
it's super easy.
That's like an auto win lane.
Yeah.
You enchant Totem, you hit him, your lane is done.
Shit.
You use Fissure to secure the range creep.
Yeah. Oh boy. All right. Well, what do you need to do if you're Complexity? You need to rotate on mid.
I think you need
can't
to-
let Ember Spirit.
Demon just stays
You
there.
need to.
or
I
Sand
feel like you need to rotate on mid with both the Rubik and the Sand King, and
Yeah.
possibly like kill one of the supports that rotate in to help the Earthshaker, possibly the Wisp.
Earthshaker is so tanky. He's really hard
Yeah,
to take
I mean,
down.
This is a hard game period for Complexity.
I don't know, if they want to win, they need to take down pretty much Nyx Assassin with, I don't know, how do they even lock him down? They have no lockdown, just stun, I guess. This Nyx Assassin's gonna do so much this game against Iron Shell and Ember Spirit. You have pretty much free 5-second stun.
Well played by Stan King evading vision there with
Yeah.
the smoke. Doesn't reveal the fact that he has the ward down. And he sees the Sand King walking across, which very likely pings either this ward or that one. Or I guess that one is also a possibility. Though less likely because he ran through this area.
Yeah, he should know that ward is up, and it's actually going to be the Z-Freak Rubik Demon on the Sand King. It's a little bit of switch up in.
Yeah, we said that earlier, right? When it was the. What hero was Jimmy playing that that he took away from Z-Freak? We were talking about that last night.
Oh, that's right.
We were just like, wait, why is Jimmy playing that and Z-Freak's playing the...
Oh yeah, Z-Freak was
5
playing the
position.
Dazzle.
Yeah, Dazzle,
It was
yeah.
the Dazzle, and what did Jimmy play again?
Wasn't Sand King.
I don't know. This is a good lane placement from Team Freedom. They want to have Jug against Darkseer. Also, Nyx Assassin with Mana Burn. He's just going to use it 2 times. Darkseer is not going to have any mana left, though. Even though he has 2 mangoes.
Yeah,
This is the lineup they wanted to play against. Bristol on the bottom against Bone. It's pretty decent.
Look at Flea, he's tanking Ion Shell. Like, this is very inefficient, but I think he wants to do everything he can to make sure that Melons doesn't get his level 2.
Well, this sucks for Swindle Melons.
Guy's not happy.
Firo doesn't look like he's getting any help just yet.
Demon rotated. He has boots though. Oh, this is gonna be a first blood.
What? Sorry, I missed it.
Sand King stunned. Iron Shell was casted on Sand King. That was pretty much it. Wow.
Wow. All right. Well, for those of you that didn't hear that, Dakota's Guy's mic's probably muted, so you're not gonna hear anything out of him for a while.
This is how BTS crew kind of passively aggressively lets each other know that they don't like certain somebody.
You know, they work in the office with each other all the time. There's some tension, maybe some sexual tension.
Sand King's dead. Bristleback is a hero that you do have to play very careful in the first couple of levels. Like, you are not, like, you'll feel really good later on to the game, but the first, like, I would say 4 levels are actually quite dangerous for Bristle.
Yeah, this is Bone just orb walking on him, spent pretty much all of his mana just harassing him, and he can't out-heal all the damage because Wisp went for a Flask and Tango Fairy Fire build, so it's gonna take a lot of time for him to actually buy a bottle.
It's not like you're going to run out either. Ooh, mid lane, CC and C going to be in some trouble. Chains go out, doesn't actually hit CC, and he had the backup of Stan King anyway. So This lane's actually not going terrible for Firo yet, but it does get really hard at that level 3, level 4 area where you have the 2 levels.
That's interesting. He went at level 3. He had 0, 2, 1. Didn't go for the level 1 Fissure. Oh, and your ward goes down. Yeah, so this is what needed to happen for coL. Like their support rotations needed to yield kills early in the game because, like the rest, like on their own, like these are not good lanes for complexity.
I want to see if they're gonna swap the lane.
Freedom.
They don't want to have Jug against Bone.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Yor's getting bullied right now, and
But
Swindle's
he's
having
keeping
his
top
way.
still.
Guess they're just gonna have to deal with it. I'm not too sure.
You want to have Jug securing a farm because he can get back into the game as Bristol can because of the stacks in the forest.
I think it's one of the big downsides of the Nyx Assassin. If you look at this lineup, complexity, because the lanes are shifting around so much, these supports have really good opportunities to set up kills, right? But Wisp is just playing like you're defensive, right? You're just going to try and react to rotations. And the Nyx Assassin isn't going to have the same kind of power that both Sand King and Rubik have to be able to set up these kills. So when these lanes kind of break apart and everyone's moving and shifting around, there's a lot more opportunities for complexity to get the one-up over Freedom.
I think this is like maybe one of the downsides of having as we see CC getting gone on, he should die here.
Dude, coL supports are putting in work right now. Rotating around for setups. Flea's here though to try to slow them down, but doesn't look like they're actually going to get the follow-up kill.
No,
More caustic right hits. They just want it. They were going all in. Sand King rotated over as well. Gets the tether to save his boy, Quinn. And now they're looking to turn it back around, and they will get Demon.
They should be careful when overextending, especially against hero like Earthshaker. With just 1, even 2 good totems, he can turn the fight around easily, especially with the Wisp standing behind him.
Yeah, every single one of their cores, and they have a support to punish overextensions. Right, they're like kind of unnaturally tanky heroes that have quick turnaround mechanisms. Demon needs to get that out of his system right now.
Yeah, there's the Jawar TPing on bottom. He can't really do anything top against Bone.
Clinks,
It's
yeah.
impossible. But meanwhile, Darkseer got some of the levels and some of the farm he needed. Also, Bone is pretty much free farming on top right now.
So did Freedom send anyone up there? Bristleback going to take his way up there eventually,
Probably
it looks
Bristle
like?
on
Yeah,
top,
he's doing
yeah.
the cross-country, it looks like there. Kind of gets awkward then for someone like the Nyx. What do you do for Francis at this point? Because I imagine Sand King goes back to the bottom lane or joins the side of Yawar.
They have a good kill setup right now.
Now they're going to make kills happen. That's what they're going to do. Very fast. Swindle Melons tries to surge away and hide within the trees, but there's the Blade Fury. There's the Manly.
Here's the stun. Doesn't connect.
He tries to force his way through the trees. Oh my god, how did he fight his way out from this? No way.
Burn it! Oh,
Are you serious?
All the
He
Wisp
missed the
attack
stun.
speed.
That's
He just
why.
surged and spazzed his way out through those trees, found a spot, and went for the TP and got it. Wow. That was an opportunity lost right there for Freedom, if I had to say.
Well, Team Freedom should just continue stacking. They have one on the Ancients. Do they have anything else? No, they need some stacks to get Bristle back into the game as well. He's also having a hard time against Bone, and he's going down actually.
Uh-oh.
Yep. So those support rotations putting in work. This is what they needed to do.
Oh, what a ruin. Invis and Firo.
He's taking it bottom here.
Yawar has to drop really low though to actually get this
He
kill,
can-
or
he
they
can
have to.
always spin out.
Yeah, they would have to dive pretty long way. And again, we talked about how like this is not a lineup you want to dive into unless you have full information.
He has 3 remnants. If he just uses chains, force him to use a spin. Does he have a TP? No. Yeah, this is the play. Oh,
Oh
no!
no! He was supposed to wait till after spin.
Choke.
Yep. I mean, you have to expect that Yawar is going to have the reaction speed to be able to respond to that. Oh,
walk-it dunk.
man.
3-2 right there.
Just
And
walked
a lot
up.
of time wasted for Ember Spirit as well. At least Sanking is getting levels on mid. Oh, this is good. Actually, for Sanking, level 5.5. And what, 700 gold for Jimmy? I hope Jimmy, well, I think knowing Jimmy, he's not gonna go for those soul ring items that Francis goes.
Yeah, he likes the all-in play.
Ooh.
Stack's getting pretty big. Jimmy might be able to scout that one out, though I'm not entirely sure what their plan is to be able to contest it, to be honest. Part of the problem with having it's okay. Like this combo is really good. The Darkseer off lane kind of makes up the Sanking 4 position makes up for the fact that you don't have this hard initiator, but it is a little slow, right? So when it comes to early contests like Ancient Stacks and stuff, you don't actually have a hero that is a big threat.
They smoke up and looks like they're
heading
Yep.
towards that stack area. I mean, they could see it, but oh, they might also get an opportunity to just get a jump onto CC&C. Actually heads the other direction to go towards the camp, and now they can set things up. Oh, not able to get off the fissure. The burrow gets the lead in.
Oh, there's a neutral creep got the kill.
Oh man,
GG.
that's just
He is
mean.
GG.
That's a big opportunity missed.
I mean, it takes more time for him to respawn, but it's all good.
Well, that's worth it. coL
Yeah, I was about to say,
committed,
isn't it level 6 or 7 anyway? The
no, there's
neutral death
there-
timer.
it's like a cap. Yeah, but yeah, it's around that. And coL committed a smoke in like their
What
own
level was he?
time.
8.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he actually respawned fast.
Stack time. And we're
Yep.
waiting for the supports to start getting their level 6s here too. Nyx, as you can see, has been delegated to the top lane where he can try to go straight to Vendetta, but he'll probably be waiting a little bit here if he gets caught in the bad end of a gank like this one. Carapace, nice two-man stun.
Is
Goes
that
for the TP, and he's out of here.
Oh, look at that. It's actually flying. Look at that flying arrow. Tier 1. Ooh, and it disappeared.
was that just
gone.
me, or was those first 2 shots on a creep?
I didn't see it.
I'm pretty sure Moo actually misclicked, and actually right-clicked a creep to start. Because you would have noticed the chunks of HP that would have gone down in those first couple of shots.
Oh, Nyx Assassin is level 6. They could get a kill on mid. They have Echo Slam, level 2 Carapace. Should be enough. Do they have a sentry on mid? No. But Firo knows something is up.
Yeah, versus super convenient timing here. Near 11 minutes, and he just happens to go back towards the shrine. Oh no, he's rendezvousing with the creep, it would appear. And just totally avoiding the lane. I guess while Nyx is missing off the map, they figure he could be about that level 6. But Swindle will pay for it. Vendetta, oh, they catch him with the stun, and that means the Omni Slash is going to be good too. Demon wants to respond with his own stun, but job well done for Freedom as they assassinate Swindles.
Jimmy, you gotta be careful here. I don't know if you can solo kill your water.
He can. He has a stick.
He's trying to juke it,
Yeah,
and he
you
does it.
can't if you miss a stun.
Sidesteps the burrow. Demon is going to be able to get his way out of this. It looks like he'll be fine.
okay.
They're not going to commit too hard for the Sand King. But opportunity's gone. Little misfires here and there. It's TI qualifiers.
A lot of on stake, yeah, so.
A lot at stake, you could just tell.
Time to clear out that other stack. I mean, they should know, right? They just got vision. This stack was emptied out. This stack is obviously going to be next for the Bristleback.
But like you said before, like, what are they going to even be able to do about it? They'd have to bring everyone to attendance here for an awkward fight towards the Ancient Camp. And one that they might not even get the bender in of.
Freedom needs to be careful about underestimating the damage from Ember Spirit, Iron Shell, plus Flame Guard. That's 150 damage per second.
CC's
Yeah, as Echo
feeling
saying.
it.
Uncontrollable damage though, so it's easy for Nyx.
Walk in, Echo to shut Swindles in his place. Now will help him get the finish, but they pull back CC&C. 2 arrows, still not enough. Stan King steps in,
He missed chains.
helps him out. And without the chains getting the lockdown, they're not going to be able to get follow-up. Freedom have evened things up now, 4-4 with another takedown to Swindle. Swindle all 4 of those kills? Feels like it.
Wait, check for us, Cap.
3.
0-3.
It's the only openings that Freedom have been kind of given.
Yeah, you know, despite the, I guess, what we'd call the drafting advantage for Freedom, Flex is making it out of lanes okay.
Yeah, this is why you don't buy those cheap items on Sanking. Look at Jimmy's blink dagger timing. 13 minutes in, as a position forward, that's what you want to get.
Would have had it a bit sooner if maybe he had like that successful one-man takedown to UR in the bottom lane, but now is when it matters though. You gotta blink early. I want to see some early ganks with it, some early execution. And he's taking it right to the bottom lane.
Yeah, they need a big target to take down, probably Jug or Earthshaker. Earthshaker already has his blink dagger, so Jug.
Here they come. Who are they gonna get? Oh, my smoke popped. That's because Flea's nearby under Vendetta, and suddenly this gank might not be off to a start with the complexity we're hoping for.
I bashed Flea a little bit because of his Sanking build, but I love what he's doing on Nyx Assassin. He went for Spiked Carapace, level 3, probably gonna go for even level 4 against Darkseer and Ember Spirit, which is pretty
Yeah,
good.
so many good things to care of his pop. Iron Shell, the Flame Guard, the Sandstorm, like all that.
This man's a space creator. Like,
Yeah.
I think part of his less farming sort of playstyle probably has to do with the fact that if you look at all three of his cores, CCNC, Snaking, and Yawar,
Everyone needs farm.
Yeah, they're all players that take a lot of farm.
So he just gets to do shit heroes. You see, it's like Earth Spirit, Sand King.
I mean, Stan King already plays the 6th position support.
Oh yeah, he's a very selfless one. Very smart player.
Oh, Swindles. Gets the carapace done.
Okay, it's enough to get that finish. Follow-up comes in from Demon, though, with the Epicenter, and that's going to be the end of Flea. 1-1 apiece. Looking to go for CCNC. They get Telekinesis pullback, but they put all their focus on the Demon with the help of the Omni Slash. That's going to get it done. Yawar with a double kill. Remnants on forward, and they're going to get the response plays. Yawar goes down. 2 for 2. Moo once more. Looking to go for CCNC. They got the medallion, they got the chains, they need a couple of right clicks. The fissure will slow them down. Nice step off from Firo in that moment, and they'll be able to sweep in and get the finish. This fight belongs to coL, but we're not done yet. It's now going to be Snake King and Stand King, the Kings, coming in to fight. A 3-on-2 here. Can coL make it away from the power of the Quills? The goo comes out, and they'll get Firo down. And the rest of the team will make it away.
Earthshaker positioning, was it necessary to pull out Bristleback out of the fight?
No, I don't think so.
No, that was a huge mistake. I think it was Stan King. What he did is he went for the relocate save on the Juggernaut, but the Juggernaut died. So then he was like, it was just a panic reaction of like, oh, I'm gonna tether someone out of this fight.
Oh, that's why.
So he chooses Bristleback.
It looked really well for Team Freedom.
Yeah.
Positioning from Earthshaker was good. Fisher didn't, no one canceled his Blink Dagger, but there was no one to fight, so they could just dive him.
Yeah, unfortunate by Stan King right there, but, you know, despite all these flubs, Team Freedom's still looking pretty good. And at the end of the day, they got 3 big cores, and I like their draft better. Complexity is, it feels like they have to get like really efficient engagements. They can't just be trading cores back and forth.
I like what Jawar is doing with his item build. Aquila, Magic Wand, that's what you need to have on Jug. Plus he went for drums. He wants to be as strong as possible right now, because both teams, if they win a fight, they can easily take down Roche. Almost sniped it. Can you cast Medallion on Courier?
Don't think so.
Okay, they're committing heavy hits to Snaking. Only brings them down to about half, but then they follow up with their own Fissure. Fade Bolt. Snaking will step off a bit. As Freedom press their advantage down the mid lane here. Now Stand King getting in. There look like a brief relocate play.
Thought Snake King was in trouble.
Yeah. And it's just going to get them to tier 1 finish here.
Yeah, I talked about Sanking getting a 13-minute Blink Dagger, but in these 4.5 minutes, he didn't achieve anything. There was no good epis, no good borrows. This is hard for Sanking. People think Sanking is an easy hero to play, but it's actually not.
Oof. Okay, well, that's Firo down. Lots of lockdown there. Not able to make it away.
Is it just me, or is Firo just not very impressive in this series?
It's Nick's assassin, I guess, this game.
Yeah, I mean, that's rough and everything, but his Lina was also, I would say, pretty lackluster. Like, he wasn't able to keep up in farm at all. Like, it does look like he is not performing to the levels that we've seen him before.
Well, maybe he's not used to playing with zero delay.
I mean, it could be a lot. You laugh about that. It could be a lot of things. This guy's been used to having to play remotely with 200
No,
ping.
I'm not kidding.
He's in the complexity team house. He's not used to kind of being in these situations. It's super high stakes now.
So you're saying he doesn't like Swindles yelling at him?
I mean,
I'm sure he hasn't had to have like player team meetings before. And imagine your first time going through these kind of experiences as a team boot camp and team house. And yeah, it is Swindle as your coach. It could be very intense for some people.
If you're 4-0, you can't really yell at people.
oh, I'm sure he still does. To be fair, like this game it's super hard for him. He's got the disadvantageous matchup against the Earthshaker, and now he's an Ember playing against a Nyx.
Yeah, but I'm not arguing that he doesn't have a bad matchup, but fundamentally, there was nothing about the Nyx assassin that made that a bad go on Bristleback in a mid lane in front of a tier 1 tower with a wisp off map.
Right. I mean,
know,
maybe he also feels forced to just to do something. I mean,
Yeah.
I think in general you would, because as complexity, you probably realize that your draft doesn't match up great against them late game. You're against a Bristleback IO, and you're not winning the early game like you should be. Like, you cannot farm your way back into this game. You gotta fight them somehow.
This feels like another hard game for Klinks. Seems like the previous one as well. At the moment, you can't really pick off anyone besides Wisp, but the other heroes don't go down. So maybe he's just stick to going with a Sanking, with a smoke to get them back into the game. He still has a decent farm. Maybe even try to smoke into Roche with the Medallion. It goes down pretty fast.
Fissure, here comes Flea. He'd been kind of the playmaker
No
for
detection
his
on
team.
him.
And they're crawling on in. He's
Right.
gonna. Oh, that is the creep. Then stuns Demon. Follow-ups there as they smack the totem and smack him in the back.
Is that the BM Vendetta hit on the creep?
This creep is a witness. I'm taking him out.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
casually farming, meanwhile taking a kill.
Efficiency.
This is the next level.
Efficiency, really.
Snaking plays solo a lot. If you notice that, his Legion Commander is Bristleback. He is always in a lane that the rest of his team is not, pushing it out.
Yeah, he's in his own game, really, for the first, like, 20, 30 minutes, it feels like.
Medallion and Crimson Guard. Almost finished. The only right-click damage they have is Bone. Maybe a Pipe could have been a better choice. Against Ember, Darkseer, Sanking. Cap, back
I would
me
agree.
up.
I think Pipe is better. I think just straight Vanguard is fine for you, and then give
Yeah.
Pipe
Yeah.
for the team.
I mean, none of these heroes deal any physical damage.
Yeah. I also don't.
Hey, when Darkseer gets his damage talent,
Does he have it?
The mighty chop.
Did I see it yesterday? Because I was watching the games, falling asleep, watching the games, waking up. I think I saw Darkseer having Echo Saber in quick
Yes.
buy. Did he actually buy it? Thought I was dreaming.
I believe he
were
did,
you,
yes.
were
So-
you dreaming of
got it.
Cap's Darkseer build?
Is that
'Cause he
one
definitely did that.
120 damage and then you double hit
No, we-
plus slow?
Yeah, he actually did that. Yeah.
That's fucking...
I know.
That's spicy. Chop, chop.
Dude, I built that. I don't think it's a good build. I just think it's funny.
That is funny.
I'm thinking about this Crimson build. Maybe what he's thinking is to stop a split push once Bone gets a Deso, so he TPs, uses Crimson Guard on tower.
They pop the balloon rather easily, but it will cost him, it looks like Z-Freak. In exchange, as Snake Creek gets redemption for his fallen Stan King comrade. You are also looking to get in on the mix. Swindle surges in and out, vacuum pullback, but eats a dunk, gets slammed down. And now it's going to be the Epi from Demon, blinking in, gets a good burrow, but now the Omni Slash will fly out from Yawar to try to clean things up. CCC and Yawar are able to lock down into a corner and get the finish on the Moo. And this is going to be a freedom fight all the way through.
It started out well for coL. Like, that's how they have to take fights. Like, you have to kill the Wisp first.
Yeah.
It's your easiest, squishiest target that makes other heroes hard to kill. So take him out. But
then what? How do they even fight?
I mean, when you're far behind, taking a 5-on-5 fight is supposed to be hard, and you're not supposed to win those. So
Yeah.
I think that was like the idea of the strategy was much better compared to like this attempt at mid, right, where you just have this semicircle with Bristleback on the back. At least they get to the bat line. I think at that time it was just execution, right? Like they used a lot of remnants to blow up a Wisp. They end up not really getting anything out of their Darkseer. Like, he doesn't even have wall. I don't think he used vacuum. We didn't get the Burrow Strike Epicenter combination, really. Like, it was late into the fight when they'd already lost.
All right, as Demon down. Freedom seem like they're on their way out after getting some good damage onto this tier 3, but Snake King is having a hard time making his exit as they lock him in. Eventually, though, he will be able to walk on out, and Freedom just kind of getting what they please here.
I believe Healing Ward stayed up a long time in that fight, too.
Yeah, they Rubik stole Healing Ward, but they immediately killed it. I think Complexity outdrafted themselves badly with leaving the Nyx Assassin in the pool and picking those two heroes.
yeah, I mean, their game right now is if you can defend high ground, you just gotta play the split push game after that.
I mean, they have a good split push defense from the IO, just TP. As I mentioned, it sounds stupid, but use a Crimson Guard on a tower. It's good.
Well, this tower doesn't get that kind of assist. Goes down, now move out here. Demon looking to set it up with a chain combo from Firo. A follow-up, but the dunk on the flashback. And then a stolen dunk. That one just kind of more emphatically on the ground, but whatever the case may be, Moo gonna get slashed on up as you are Blade Furies at home. Now deep inside, they are going to get the grab on the Demon. Then it's going to be Swindle's next potentially here, but Demon's able to get off a big epicenter, stuns on in, throws his body into the Wolves. Will be able to get CC and C down, but it's going to cost him a lot as the rest of his team crumbles apart. Only Firo to survive, and Freedom get right back onto the racks. Ugh.
This, unfortunately, looks like the beginning of the end for Complexity.
Yeah, I would say just like too many, like the draft is obviously not good, right? But Complexity still made a lot of mistakes going into that early to mid game. Losing racks by 25 minutes, even a losing game shouldn't happen, right?
Yeah, well,
so
they could have played better, search for better fights with that sanking early Blink Dagger timing.
I think early game probably went better for them than it should have. Like, their support rotation, credits to them, found a lot of early pickoffs. But, you know, at the end of the day, the draft shines through.
Ruthless. Even trying to catch Demon on the way out here. They had a dust ready to go, but don't catch him with the stun. And Freedom are just kind of corralling in for Complexity. They have shrines, as you can see, to be able to fall back on. So money and their powerful draft are going to continue to just swell up here. Tough times for coL, but like you're saying, Charlie, I mean, they had a tough draft to kind of work with. They found some potential in the early game, but Freedom were not giving them any freebies. Well, you know, even Stan King was hard to get a hold of as the Wisp in this game.
Yeah, but coL was doing a good job early, swapping the lanes 2, maybe even 3 times, but after that you can't keep swapping, so Team Freedom gets what they want from their lanes.
The snaking with the solo shrine takedown, move to Roshan. The rest of this game seems pretty methodical for Freedom.
Yeah. And Nyx Assassin has a Blink Dagger, so he can just blink in, use Carapace to just shut down Darkseer or Ember Spirit.
coL will fight it out, though. They got one more smoke. They got team fight. They'll see if they can
this is all in.
Line everything up for, they're all in desperation kind of a play here. And there goes the Epi from Demon, and they go right in for it. The Aegis is going to get snagged up from Yawar. The counter dunk, though, is there from CCNC, and he just shuts down the dreams of Complexity on this fight. And this is just them now waddling their way out. It's slow, it's painful, and it's hard to watch. Unless you're a Freedom fan, then this is just a grin from ear to ear as they slowly crumple apart the remaining Complexity members. Moo, gooed up and slammed apart. All 5 going to be taken down. And as you can see, our net worth advantage is going to be starting to skyrocket up towards the 15K mark.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. Jimmy charges up the epicenter, and you know he doesn't have vision of the pit, so he just goes in on a jug that's already spinning and a bristleback.
Well, they needed to risk it. I mean, they need to get back into the game somehow. That's one of the options, pretty much the only option they had.
Well, I think they could have actually, like, you know that Freedom knows that you're about to go in. So how is Freedom going to position two tankiest heroes inside the pit, everybody else around? You do have the option of
Epi, the other side of the
yes,
pit.
go on the
Where
other
they watched like they were actually all inside the pit, and your final hurrah play was an Epi outside
Yeah.
the pit. They caught nobody.
I mean, it's like YOLO. You don't have vision.
Yeah.
You do what you can.
Yeah.
It's hard to criticize.
I think you also, with, like, again, with this lineup, you, like, I don't think you always, I don't think you almost ever lead with epicenter, right? What you lead with is going in and, like, getting vacuum wall with the burrow strike on top. Like, the epicenter is on your second burrow.
Yeah.
I think every
Yeah.
single time, like, this fight,
Sometime-
like, had no impact because he went on the side, got his epicenter, went in, but it was too late. Like, you have to get the immediate, quick initiation.
Yeah, this is what the top SK players do. They do what Cap said. One burrow strike, double man burrow strike is better than the epi. Just to set it up, then you just go back, and then you still have epi, and the enemy team can't go together.
That patience, that's hard. That's a hard thing for a lot of Dota players like myself. Okay, here we go. This could be all it right now. You are going to easily handle Z-Freak. Another monster dunk coming in from CC and C.
Oh,
But
triple
the
remnant.
vacuum wall set up here from coL. Last dying breath. They're going to be able to fight their way out of this game still. Now on the return, though, Stanking brings in Company of War going into the Omni Slash. They hustle to get a hold of Demon here. It's a long chase. Fear on the other side and Swindle off to the eastern front. Looks like Demon and Swindle might try to make it back indoors. I think Swindle's not going to be so lucky. He eventually will take all the harassment and go down. Snake King, godlike now on his bristleback. He's not done yet.
Why is Nick's Assassin's level 15 plus 50 impale damage? That is the shittiest talent in
Oh
Dota.
yeah, it's garbage. It's such garbage.
I mean, with reduction, 25% magical reduction, even if someone has a hood, you deal no damage.
I don't think anyone would disagree with you there, Lacoste.
All right.
But this series belongs to Freedom. I don't know. I don't think I would have expected Freedom to 2-0. The Freedom I was seeing yesterday, I would have said 2-0, but based on just how things panned out last night, I was going to be a bit suspect. I know you were saying, like, these are composed players. They're not going to just tilt out. But, I mean, come on. We saw a lot of flubs in that game. Like, I think there could have been easily a chance that Freedom 2-1 make it out. Maybe even coL get it. But, hey, they 2-0 crushed down coL. coL almost, like Cap was saying, like, outdraft themselves. coL are going to really have to shake things off to make their way out of the lower bracket. That was interesting.
I mean, I think just credits to Stanking for that draft. Like, just no one expected the mid shaker. No
Yeah.
one, and that just like threw a wrench in their entire plan, right? It's just like coL's just like, oh shit, this matchup is so bad. Oh shit, look at the rest of our lanes now. This is god awful.
Let's just try to switch and hope they don't want to switch also after that. Yeah, that was awesome.
But, you know, credits to Demon and Z-Freak. They did what they could in the early game to make those rotations happen.
Yeah.
But, you know, at the end of the day, if your draft sucks, it's really hard to win.
Yep.
I also feel like there's a disconnect for the complexity cores, right? You know, Swindle's, in this case with the Darkseer, like getting his farm and stuff, but he can't really rotate out. And we've seen Moo play this safe lane style a couple times where he really likes to just be able to stay in his lane and inhibit the offlaner a bunch. So, and then most of our mids are not like pure, I get level 6 and start moving around. Like the Alinas, these Quaps, Pucks, like that's not really how they operate. They still sit in that mid lane. They farm up because the mid lane's more important because of creeps. The mid tower is really important. So there's a lot of pressure on these supports to make things happen, particularly in this draft matchup that was already bad.
So they have so much pressure to make things happen, but there's so much they have to do in order to cover the gap. You know, that gap between laning phase to mid game where cores are ready to fight.
Here we'll see our updated bracket with this win. 2-0 win from Freedom. They move on into the semifinals, just one step away to make it into those best of fives. And Complexity are down, but not out. Complexity fans, they have another chance to be able to crawl their way back to Seattle as they wait down there in the slums for the loser of our next upcoming matchup, which is a super hype one, Planet Odd versus Digital Chaos. It's a good day for American Dota.
Yeah, absolutely. And that should be coming up pretty shortly.
Yeah, pretty soon. We'll probably actually have to cut to a break so we can make
Yeah.
sure we're getting in that lobby and set and underway. We'll change things up a little bit as far as the couch and desk go, but we relatively have the same American crew. You'll probably be seeing a lot of familiar faces, but we'll be back soon for Planet Odd versus Digital Chaos. Take care.